Hello, my awesome fourth grade artist. Today we're starting a new project. We are going to be creating these Romero Britto inspired ice cream cone drawings. Romero Britto is a Brazilian artist. He's a painter, he's a sculptor. This is a picture of him down here in the corner. He's still alive today, so he's a contemporary artist. And he combines elements of cubism, pop art, and graffiti painting in his work, using vibrant colors and bold patterns as a visual expression of hope, dreams, and happiness. I just love his artwork. This is a piece of his behind him of the Statue of Liberty. And I have another example of his. This is one of his ice cream cones. This is the example I made, but this is one of Romero Britto's ice cream cones. You can see he uses thick black lines. That is a very big characteristic of his artwork. He uses thick black lines. He uses lots of bold, bright colors. But he is from Brazil. Let's look at a map of the whole world. Remember, we live in the United States of America on the continent of North America. Well, Brazil is on the continent of South America, and it's a big country. This is the country of Brazil, and that's where he's from. And another interesting thing about Romero Britto is that he is the most licensed artist in the world. And that means that his artwork has been used on so many things. When you license somebody's artwork, a business can use your artwork on their products, and then the artist will make money off that. So the business that sells the products makes it, and then Romero Britto will also make money off of it. So like maybe a iWatch band, for example. You can buy an iWatch band that has artwork by Romero Britto on it, and the manufacturer of the iWatch band makes money off of it, and then also does Romero Britto. So that's a really neat thing about him. He's really used his artwork in a good way, and he gets it out there to lots and lots of people. So to begin with, teachers, in your lesson plan, you'll see a video that I want you to show the kids. It's called Romero Britto, 2-minute crash course for kids, teens, and teachers. It's going to show you a little bit about his art. And we're just going to get started. So you're going to start with a 9x12 piece of tag board. This is called tag board. It's a little thicker than your regular drawing paper. It has less texture than watercolor paper. It's more smooth, and it's kind of like cardstock. So it'll hold up really well to the markers that we're going to be using. So have the students turn the paper vertically with the long side going up and down, and put their name tag on the back of it. It's very important that you have it vertically because the ice cream cone is going to fit best that way. So to begin with, we're just going to create our drawing. And I'm going to show you kind of how I did my drawing, but I don't want your drawing to look just like mine because I want yours to be your individual one. I want it to stand out and be different. But I'm going to show you some basic steps that I did with mine to begin with. So I have these are called T-squares. It's called a T-square, but it kind of looks like a T. It has this place on the top, and then it has a ruler. T-squares help you create lines that are even, straight lines that aren't crooked. They're straight. So to begin with, we're going to make several lines on our paper. We're going to make some horizontal lines, lines that go across. We're going to make some vertical lines that go up and down, and we're going to make some diagonal lines that kind of go sideways like that. So you're going to make just a few on your paper, not a lot. I'm going to start by making one down here. So I'm going to use a pencil. I'm going to try to draw dark so you can see it, but you don't need to draw super dark on yours. This is just an outline, and we're going to go over everything with markers later. When you use a T-square, if you will line up the side that makes the top of the T with the edge of your paper, pull it flush to it, you will get a straight line. I'm going to make a straight line that goes all the way across my paper with my pencil. Now, you may make your straight line up here. You may make it down here or even further down than I did. It's up to you where you make your straight line. So I'm going to make a vertical line, and then I'm going to make a horizontal. That's horizontal. That's across. Now I'm going to make a vertical line that goes up and down. Like that. And now I'm going to make some diagonal lines. a diagonal line. Now, you can't line this T part up to make a diagonal line. You just have to kind of line it up how you want it to be. And make one like that. And then maybe I'll come down here and make one that kind of goes like this. You don't need a lot of these straight lines, just a few. Now, you can also go in within the shapes and make some straight lines. We'll do that in a minute. Let's go ahead and draw our ice cream cone, just so we have that. So an ice cream cone, we're going to start by making the top part, the ice cream part. And it's just a series of curvy lines that go around. My ice cream cone kind of goes diagonal. Yours may want to go straight. Yours may want to kind of go that way. It's up to you. But near the top of your paper, really close, because we're filling with big drawings. Remember, we're not making a teeny tiny little ice cream. We're filling our page. I'm going to make some curvy lines that will be the top of my ice cream. Really big. Okay. So that's going to be my ice cream. And I think I would like a cherry on top. You could have your cherry here and it just runs off the page, or maybe over here. I'm going to put mine here. And another thing you can use for this is circle templates to get a perfect circle. So you do have circle templates. I'm going to show you later about drawing some patterns with those. Now I'm going to make the cone of my ice cream. So the cone is a triangle shape. So I'm going to use, to get really good straight lines, I'm going to use my ruler, my T-square, and I'm going to make, this one's going to go more straight. That one kind of went diagonal. I'm going to make this one go straight. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to stop before I get to the bottom of the page. So you see I made that line. And then I'm going to go up to the ice cream with this line. Okay, and then I'm going to make a few crisscross lines, because ice cream cones a lot of times are like waffles, aren't they? They call them waffle cones sometimes. They have these little gridded patterns. So I'm going to make like 2 diagonal lines on my ice cream cone. And then I'm going to go this way and make them crisscross. And I'm going this way diagonal. Okay, now I'm going to go in and start filling in some patterns in all of these shapes that are around it. So again, use your ruler, use your circle templates, and create those patterns. So you see here, I made polka dots, and I used circle templates for that to get perfect circles. So like here, maybe I would come in with my ruler, my T-square, and do some stripes. You want big patterns. Big patterns. You don't want teeny tiny patterns, because they're going to be hard to color later. So I just made some stripes there. So maybe in this one, I would use my circle template and make some circles here. I'm not going to do all of this because I don't have time, but I just want to give you ideas. I want to show you what not to do. Don't come in and make these teeny tiny little patterns. Those are going to be so hard to color. Teeny tiny. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to make big circles. You can use your big template. I'm going to make big circles. Those will be much easier to color. All right, and let's just start talking about our coloring part, because this is so important that you color neatly. It takes more time, but if you put the time into something, you'll be so proud with the end result. So before we start coloring with the markers, we're going to use a thick Sharpie. This is called a chisel tip Sharpie. It's called that because the tip is like a chisel. It's flat. It's got a broad edge to it like a chisel. And we can get these really fat lines like that. I'm going to show you how to do that. And you have to go slow, and you have to take your time. And you have to use the fat end of the Sharpie. So I'm going to come in here and start doing my curves. So I'm going to hold the Sharpie down with the fat end on the paper, slowly go around. And I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to turn my paper, pick back up where I left off. Okay, see how that made a really nice fat line. On this one, I'm going to start here. The fat edge. I'm going slow. When you go fast with markers, your paper does not absorb the color well, and it looks streaky. So again, I'm going to go fat edge to that. I'm going to turn my paper. Always remember that you can turn your paper as you go. It helps you so you're not turning your hand in an awkward position. When you get ready to outline your straight lines, you can use your T-square again. You can line it back up, put the fat edge of your marker down, and slowly draw your line so the color absorbs. If I draw really fast, it's not going to absorb into the paper good enough. Okay, that's how you get your fat lines. All right, I'm going to go in just down here. I'm not going to outline everything because I don't want to take too much time. I'm going to just do my straight lines down here. And I want to show you about coloring with your markers. This is very important, boys and girls, because sometimes when I get student artwork back for Artsonia, it's not colored very neatly. And it doesn't look good to put on display when you have something that hasn't been colored neatly. So make sure you're trying to do that. All right, so I'm going to get my Crayola markers now. These are broad tip Crayola markers. I'm going to choose a green. They're broad tip. That means they have a fat tip on the end. And I'm going to turn my marker kind of on the side so you get that good broad side. And I'm going to start on one side. You can start on this side or this side, whatever's easiest. If you're left-handed, it may be easier if you start on that side. If you're right-handed like me, you can start on this side. And I'm going to go up and down, up and down. I touch where the black is, and I come back down, and I kind of overlap what I did last time. I'm not going super fast. I'm taking my time, and it looks really neat and even. We need to work on this to make our coloring look really nice. Let me do another one. I've got my pink. I've got it turned on the side. I'm going to go up and down. When you turn it on the side, you get a fatter stroke, which will make you be able to color more at one time. Now, I want to show you something over here that does not look good. I want you to look at the difference, okay? Sometimes when I get artwork back, it's been colored like this. Now, which of those looks better? This one, right? So I want you taking your time and you're going in the same direction. It creates unity when things are all unified and looking similar. This does not create unity. All right, so when you're finished, you'll go back over all of it. You even see here, you can go back in with a skinnier marker, Sharpie, after you have done some of these solid colors with a marker, and you can make some little patterns within a space. So I'm going to make these little swirlies inside there. You can do stuff like that. Just remember on your ice cream cone to leave your ice cream part white. Leave some white. You don't have to leave it all white, but leave some white because we've got lots of bright colors, and it will be good contrast to have some places that are white. You can put some little patterns in there. I made these lines for the shadow on my ice cream. Let me show you Romero Britto's. He went in and put some patterns on his ice cream, but then he did leave a white place. It really stands out. You can also leave some other white places on your piece. Just make sure you have most of it colored in. All right, I cannot wait to see these. I want you to take your time, do a good job. I'll put these on Artsonia, and if you work really hard, you may even get a piece in the art show. So can't wait to see them, and I'll see you next time. Bye.